Good morning. We're back in the earth, and as you can see, we are back with Miss Alvaerelle, who had missed a quest when we were doing all this stuff around Moss Fleet or Mossford and, well, the area in general, which is, where are we? Swanfleet, that's right. So we missed a quest early on to talk to the dunlending person at Lhan Garan. And where is that? Way over here. Have we been to that stable yet? I'm not even sure we have. Alright, we're going to head there via the road. I notice I still have not selected a craft for her. We should probably think about doing that. Minstrel. Could do woodworker for her instruments. Could do tailoring for her armor. Speaking of which, do I have any? Nope. Okay. I notice I keep pissing off the boar on the way past them. I can hear them. That's a wolf. Well, you could just stay over there. Okay. That's a Urukai. And you can just stay over there. Well, a couple of you. Okay. And I noticed that the roads here are definitely the same kind of road as in Inadoith, which kind of makes sense since this does connect to Inadoith. So it's the same road. I just noticed that there is a part of a statue there. I wonder if this used to have statues like that one other spot that is... I cannot remember what it's called, but I can see it in my head. The Argonaut? Hold on. Rohan. Albanian. Where is it? Eastfold? Edoras. Mordor. Nope, not there. Brownlands. Porcelabrant. All I know is it's in Porcelabrant. I think it's called the Argonaut. But yeah, there's the two giant statues of kings that stand guard. And I'm wondering, because I saw that little remnant of a statue there, if that also had similar guard statues. Hello, goat. Watch out. There's wolves here. I'm pretty sure you can handle yourself against wolves, but still. So I need to go... I'm going to make a sharp turn up here. And then go straight on. And then take another left up a little ways. Okay. The Monster Society is opening its doors. All decorations are usable. We are located in the Shire Homesteads at 4 Myrtle Court. Bring your own ale. Alebrook. Sorry. Oh. They're in the Elbrook instance. And it looks like they've got themselves set up a little... role-playing house. Probably fun. You have discovered Lhan Garan. Lhan Garan. And we will grab that stable, which we did not have. So we need 2 more stables for Swanfleet, Caras, Gelibran, and Western Aragon. Because that's where we want to go at level 10. Aragon. That would be funny.
We are all devoted in these lands.
Our envoy to Mossward sent you our way. Good. Good. If you're looking for work, you've come to the right place. Our community is a new one, and there's too much to do.
Aye.
Our home of Lhan Garan is only recently settled. We left Brundir, or Dunlenders as you would know it, mere months ago, and we had to leave much behind in our departure. The nearby communities of Mossward and the Hobbit villages have been very generous to us, for which I am grateful. But there is more to be done if we are to safely greet the coming winter. Find Mad Dog and Tilo Gwynedd fishing by the water. They could use your help catching fish to be salted and smoked for the winter. Look for Undeg. She is coordinating our tradesfolk and can help you take up a crafting profession such as weaponsmithing or cooking. Head northwest along the path by the water. She'll be with other crafters and the community oven. Aluna here is training many of our new scouts. As much as she may deny it, she could use a helping hand, as we all do from time to time. So we need to complete Dealing with Blood Hollow, Introduction to Crafting, and Learning to Fish in Lhan Garan. Okay. Well, these should be quite easy and fun. Oh, VIP rewards, which I almost never use, so I don't know why I want to waste backspace on them.
Will you give me a moment of your time, friend?
Subscriber town services. Item allows you to perform town service actions while adventuring. Use this jug to speed up your crafting time and prevent item wear for 2 weeks. Fine.
Hello there.
Alright, I just shoved 2 things in my bag that I probably will forget to use on a regular basis, but whatever. Right? Oh, look, it's a minstrel trainer that I don't need to talk to because, well, they don't do anything anymore. Browse the shop. Loot strings. simple lute, which I should already have. No, I do not have an instrument yet. And it says I can't use it until level 20 anyway. Okay. Lute strings actually decrease your healing threat by a small amount. And of course these things I won't need until much later. Blank Mentor Manual, which I can't use until level 30. And that actually allows a minstrel to create a lesson, like to teach somebody else how to use a specific instrument. So most characters come only able to use 2 or 3 instruments for playing music. The minstrel can teach them other instruments. And you can either teach it to them directly, or you can create these mentor manuals and give it to them, and they can learn it that way. Nifty little use for a minstrel. Okay, Mad Dog.
I hope these dark days will soon be behind us.
Another amateur angler come to help us shore up our food supplies for the winter. Well met. I'm Mad Dog, and this fella to my side is Tilo. Tilo, we're in charge of filling up these racks of drying fish you pass by. If you want to help, catch 3 small fish off the dock here. You have to do it on the dock here, where we can watch your technique, okay? If you need to learn the basics, talk to this self-professed hobby master next to me. He'll teach you the basics and set you up with a basic fishing rod. The actual best fisher in Swan Fleet. Cute. Okay, where's the hobby master? Ah, over here.
The Uqui rod requires us to give welcome to Devodiad.
Have you always wanted to relax by a stream or pond, casting your line into the sparkling waters and catch a fantastic flounder or a perfect pike? With the fishing hobby, now you can. Just find an ideal fishing spot. Any body of water will do, but some will be more bountiful than others. And equip your fishing rod. Cast your line with the fishing action button, wait until something takes the bait, and push the fishing action button again to reel in your catch. Hopefully it's the fish of your dreams and not the one that got away. So that should give me a fishing rod and basics on fishing, which is honestly pretty basic. Okay, so you equip the rod, which equips in the same slot as, I think in this case, your main weapon. You get a action button, which we're going to need to find. So you go under character, hobby, and that's the action button for fishing. So we're going to go ahead and drag that over here. Now it's on our hotbar. And go ahead and hit the button. She casts. We wait. And something has bit. What did we catch? We caught a rusty dagger. Okay. And you can increase your proficiency in fishing up to 10 a day. Unlike other fishing games, this is much easier and kind of limited at the same time. Valheim's fishing is like a lot more difficult. Although I did finally manage to figure it out. I have acquired a char. Even New World's fishing has got more of a challenge. I would have to say, of all the games, LOTRO's fishing is a lot more basic. I guess we have to fish right here. Okay. But yeah, LOTRO's fishing mini game is a lot more basic than most other games. Which is probably why you don't see a lot of people fishing. Unless they're cooks and they want the fish for a specific purpose. Okay, so we could talk to Mad Dog again.
We are all devoted in these lands.
Not bad. Not good either, but not bad, especially for a beginner. You have some natural talent. Oh look, and I have leveled up. Okay, so we've learned how to fish. And we have gotten some more junk. Because of course we have. Is there a vendor in here I can sell some junk to? There is.
What can I do for you?
Well, first, let's see. We'll repair that stuff. And we can definitely get rid of that, and that, and that, and that, and that, because that's not usable. Fish you can cook are going to be green. If it's brown or gray, it's just to sell. Yeah, I can sell that one because I'm already wearing one just like it. I'm holding on to that for the moment because at some point the minstrel can use shields. Get rid of some of this junk. Alright, so. Mistress of Apprentices. Ah, this must be Introduction to Crafting.
It is not our custom to trust Devodia.
I can
but
teach you
perhaps
about...
maybe of help to me?
I can teach you about the trades. Yes, speak with me and I'll help you get started on your crafting journey. Alright. So, Armorer is Metalsmith, Prospector, Tailor. That's if you're making heavy armor. Explorer, Tailor, Forester, Prospector. That's for your light and medium armor and all around gathering. Armsman, Weaponsmith, Prospector, Woodworker. That's for your metal weapons, your axes, swords, all those. Tinker, Jeweler, Prospector, Cook. Obviously, that's for your jewelry. That's what Miss Medriel has. Yeoman, Cook, Farmer, Tailor. That is for all your cooked goods. Woodsman, Woodworker, Forester, Farmer. That is for your wooden weapons, your instruments, things like that. Scholar, Weaponsmith, Farmer. That's your historian. And that's for your potions, your scrolls, stuff like that. Alright, so I'd say out of all that, her two big choices are going to be either woodsman or explorer. Huh. Well, like I said, woodsman, she can make her instruments and stuff, which right now is not a big, huge deal, but later on, those instruments are pretty important for a minstrel. On the other hand, explorer allows her to create her armor and stuff. Well, I was trying to get somebody to help me with that. I don't think he's been on since the holiday. Maybe, maybe not. Of course, woodsmen can also make things like clubs and stuff. And I do believe the minstrel can use a club, although I much prefer a sword or dagger. That's going to be a hard one. I am going to leave that for the moment. So, dealing with Blood Hollow. Now, where is that one at? I don't know, but here's somebody that wants to talk to me.
Ability. You seem to be a person of good ability.
You seem to be a person of great ability. She pauses a moment. You seem to be a person of good ability. If you're inclined to traipse around the wilderness and fight things, I could use your help. Like Telfrin said, I lead a few trainee scouts. I could use an adventurer like yourself to help instruct them. My students and I established a camp to the east. Meet us there. I'll be going back there myself soon. I don't like to leave them alone for too long. Who knows what trouble they'll make for themselves. Alright. So, let's go. To the east. There. Alright, let's head to the east and see what we can do to help out here. While we mentally debate what crafting profession we want. You notice that all of those have two branches of crafting that support the main activity. And then a third branch that is a supplementary that you end up not being able to use unless you find somebody with the complementary second part. So, for the okay, Tinkerer. Let's take that for example, because I remember all three of those. You have your jewelering, you have your prospecting, and then for the third, you have cooking. Now, the jewelry and prospecting complement each other. But, in order to do the cooking, you have to find somebody who can do farming to get the food from. Explorer. So you have prospecting, forestry, and tailoring. which actually, the tailoring requires the forestry because you need to process the hides into leather. But the prospecting part is kind of separate, so it's going to complement somebody else who can do, say, weaponsmithing, but can't do prospecting to get the ore and process it to make weapons. And so on and so forth. So, in a way, the whole crafting system was initially set up to encourage people to work together to make more items. But eventually, most people just created multiple alts, and the alts would have different crafting professions, and they would just work back and forth, or they would have everything they needed. So I'd say that kind of sort of backfired.
Nice of you to finally arrive. What took you so long?
Huh. Well, thank you.
Have you had to look after 3 teenagers in the wilderness for a week straight? Oh, that'll exhaust anyone.
I have 3 cadets. Margaret, Darren, and Marig. They're great pupils with lots of potential. While I am their teacher, they're old enough to take on responsibilities of their own. I would like for you to help each of them with a task they are working on. I think it will be helpful for them to play the teacher for once. Darren is a clever fellow right next to me. Margaret is over by Blood Hollow proper. Last I saw, she was taking a little break after felling a few of the beasts. Murrig is downhill by the river. What will I be doing? I have had a long week. I might go nap. Have you had to look after 3 children in the wilderness for a week straight? That'll exhaust anyone. Alright, so I'm going to talk to each of these teenagers, and they're going to teach me something.
Devodiad, hello. My name is Darren.
He does
I
not...
have a slightly morbid request to make of you.
He doesn't sound like a teenager, does he? But then I guess boys do develop deeper voices as a teenager. Devodiad, hello. My name is Darren, a warrior scout in training. My specialty lies in the study of plants, especially those with peculiar properties. I have a slightly morbid request to make of you. The wargs to the east have piled the bones of their victims in a rather dramatic fashion. You'll notice that some of these bone piles have vines with purple flowers growing from them. Could you pluck some for me? Oh, and you should know, I asked Margaret to gather some, and she made the incredible discovery that this plant is poisonous to the touch. Perhaps wear gloves. Collect amethyst nightshade. Okay. So you want me to go gather poisonous flowers. Wonderful. Great. We'll get right on that. But I guess since we are headed this way, we're going to run into Margaret and see what she needs too. And there she is.
Take down a few walks, and at least one of the really big ones.
Oh.
Try not to get yourself killed.
Old Man Talfrin said we should be stewards of the land, both as a sign of respect to the wildlife of this place, as well as for the sake of our new neighbors. The wargs in this area will endanger that safety, as they attack all living beings on sight, even without any hunger. Perhaps facing them will be the best way for me to contribute. But Aluna said we should give you work to do? I don't understand what her goal is in asking us to do that, but I suppose I could take a break. Why don't you go thin the pack for me? Take down a few wargs and at least one of the big ones. Try not to get yourself killed. I'll take care of every warg you can't handle. So I need to kill 8 wargs and a pack leader. What's the other one? Securing water? Oh, and I've forgotten. Maybe I should switch back to my battle stance. That would be good. And back to discordance. Since I'm not worried about healing anybody else. Ah, I see the bone piles now. Oh, it's kind of gory, isn't it? You know, come to think of it, it might be a good idea for her to have scholar skills, make some potions for herself. Although, at the same time, you get so many potions in this game, it's almost not even worth it. And one lone little wolf here. Where'd you come from? Okay, go to sleep. I don't know. I don't know what that is either. Looks like a shrine or a... Are they some sort of primitive barrows? We need to find some more nightshade. We need 3 more nightshade. I bet you they're down there. Okay. Now we're supposed to also be dealing with somebody who needs to secure water. Would they be down here somewhere? They can all be found near the warg den. Is that a Region? Where am I? Where am I? Cras Gelibran. It's very near a Region, isn't it? Because here we are. Here's Cras Gelibran. And then right over there is a Region. Ah, I see the other person.
My task is to find a reliable source of water for our
You-
scouting party.
You must be the adventurer that Instructor Aluna told me about. Yes, I know was to report back already, but I have yet to complete my work. My task is to find a reliable source of water for our scouting party. With such a great river near us, I thought that would be simple. The presence of Blood Hollow nearby complicates things. I'm concerned that its proximity may contaminate the water somehow. I'm working on a concoction that Darren taught me to make. When added to water, it can help determine if it is safe to drink or not. Could you collect samples of water for me? The first sample should be from the river bank near Blood Hollow. The second should be further down from Blood Hollow. The third should be farther still from Blood Hollow. You get the idea. I think we have to go the other way. Now, one thing about water physics in this game is it does not slow you down when running through it like some other games do. All right, so we have your water samples.
Aye.
What timing? I just finished making the concoction. Murg arranges the samples of water you collected into 3 separate basins of water. He then hands you 3 balls of a curious substance. Add 1 lump of the paste to each basin. Let us observe the results. The paste disperses into the water, rendering it a shade of brown that is best not described in detail. The paste disperses slightly, making the water a little cloudy. The concoction sinks to the bottom of the water without dispersing at all.
Perhaps when Margit's bloody work is complete, the waters around Blood Hollow will become more palatable.
Clearly, the soil of Blood Hollow has some effect on the water. For now, I will be sure to collect water from further downriver to make sure it is fit for myself and my comrades. Perhaps when Margit's bloody work is complete, the waters around Blood Hollow will become more palatable. I will return to our encampment shortly. Thank you for your aid. You're welcome. All right, now we can go talk to Margit. who will probably tell me, "Oh, you did okay."
Maybe it'd be fun to fight alongside you sometime.
I
Or
watched
against you, in a friendly way, of course.
I watched you the way you fought. Your skills are impressive. I might have even learned a technique or two. Oh, drat, that must be why Luna wanted me to enlist your aid, that sneaky. In any case, nice work out there. Maybe it'll be fun to fight alongside you sometime, or against you. In a friendly way, of course. Alright. I seem to be going around in circles here.
Though born of death, perhaps these flowers could do much for the living.
Ah, yes, the flowers I asked for. Darren indicates a mortar for depositing the flowers. You must be curious what I plan to do with these. Perhaps I'll concoct some vile poison with which to threaten our new neighbors? Don't be silly. Many poisonous plants have incredible medicinal properties if ingested in the correct quantities. Though born of death, perhaps these flowers could do much for the living. Will I ask you to ingest any, and deprive Margaret of the opportunity to prove she's one of the toughest warriors in our people's storied history? I could never do that to such a dear friend.
I grow concerned at her unexplained absence.
Alvaerelle, I take it you finished the task Aluna has sent before you? Speaking of our dear instructor, have you seen her at all as you've been aiding us? She should have long since returned to us by now. She may be an unconventional teacher, but she is an excellent scout warrior. I grow concerned at her unexplained absence.
I hope I am worrying over nothing.
Aluna said
My
she
instincts tell me something is wrong.
Aluna said she was going to investigate something to the northwest of here. I'm going to rally the others and look for her. We would appreciate your continued assistance, if you are inclined to lend it. I hope I'm worrying over nothing, but my instincts tell me something is wrong. Okay, so we still have not decided on our crafting, but in the meantime, we've certainly helped out some of these dunlendings here. And next time we will go look for their elusive and missing teacher. But until then, bye for now.